On the 1st of April 2026, the Solana-based perpetuals exchange Drift protocol suffered a catastrophic $285 million exploit that sent its native token crashing more than 36% in a matter of hours. Now, many immediately assumed that yet another complex smart contract vulnerability had been weaponized by anonymous hackers. But in fact, no code was broken and absolutely no smart contract bugs were exploited. Instead, this was a meticulously orchestrated 6-month intelligence operation executed by North Korean state-affiliated actors who realized that the easiest way to bypass decentralized infrastructure is to target the humans running it. This unprecedented breach fundamentally rewrites the threat model for every single protocol in the crypto industry. My name is Guy, and you're watching the Coin Bureau. Prior to these events, Drift protocol was widely considered one of the crown jewels of the Solana DeFi ecosystem. The platform allowed users to trade complex derivatives and deposit capital into lucrative yield-generating ecosystem vaults. The protocol boasted roughly $550 million in total value locked and had successfully passed rigorous security audits from highly respected firms like Trail of Bits and Claw Secure. But on that fateful Tuesday morning, the protocol's official social media account posted a chilling confirmation stating that the ongoing drain of their vaults was not an April Fool's joke. Within minutes, the native Drift token entered freefall that would ultimately wipe out 97% of its value from its 52-week high. And the blast radius extended far beyond a single platform, directly impacting between 11 and 20 interconnected Solana protocols that relied on Drift for their underlying liquidity. The sheer scale of this systemic shock makes it the largest decentralized finance exploit in Solana's history. But this operation actually began back in the autumn of 2025, and not with a malicious line of code, but with a handshake at a major international crypto conference. Contributors to the Drift protocol were approached by individuals claiming to represent a highly successful quant trading firm looking to integrate with the exchange. Now, these representatives possessed impeccable technical knowledge and an absolute mastery of institutional trading strategies. However, these individuals physically attending these conferences were not North Korean nationals. They were third-party intermediaries specifically recruited to serve as a kind of human firewall, designed to easily pass standard due diligence checks while the actual technical operators remained hidden. Over the next several months, this fabricated trading firm established a dedicated Telegram group with Drift's core contributors to discuss complex yield strategies. They didn't rush the process, choosing instead to slowly build a foundation of absolute trust through substantive technical collaboration across multiple international conferences. And to further cement their unquestionable legitimacy, the attackers onboarded a real ecosystem vault onto the Drift protocol and deposited more than $1 million of their own capital. Because nothing establishes institutional credibility quite like risking a 7-figure sum of your own money to prove you have serious skin in the game. By March 2026, the attackers had successfully achieved trusted insider status without ever needing to compromise a single administrative password. And by the way, staying ahead of these massive institutional power plays and sophisticated intelligence operations before they hit the mainstream headlines is exactly why you need the Coin Bureau Club. This exclusive platform is where we share the latest breaking news, provide deep dive alpha, and give you the most important market updates. So make sure you secure your membership today by clicking the link in the description below or by scanning the QR code on screen. Okay, now let's return to how this fabricated trust was weaponized into a multi-million-dollar technical intrusion. During their months of collaboration, the attackers shared what appeared to be a standard GitHub repository containing a front-end integration for the ecosystem vault they had funded. Now, cloning a partner's repository is a completely routine action, but this specific repository contained a lethal configuration file. Now, this file exploited a specific vulnerability in the VS Code Cursor AI development environment by manipulating the auto-run tasks feature of the workspace. The malicious code executed silently in the background the exact moment the workspace was opened by the unsuspecting developer. There was no warning prompt and absolutely no visible indication that the contributor's device had just been fully compromised. And to compound this intrusion, the attackers also persuaded a Drift contributor to download a fraudulent test flight application under the guise of beta testing a new wallet. So, by combining these two sophisticated device compromise vectors, the attackers gained the ability to monitor the signing infrastructure used by the protocol's Security Council. But they still needed a mechanism to seize control of the protocol without triggering immediate alarms, which brings us to the exploitation of Solana's durable nonce architecture. Now, for context, standard transactions on the Solana network automatically expire within roughly 60 to 90 seconds to prevent malicious transaction replay attacks. Put simply, durable nonces are a legitimate network feature that replaces this expiring block hash with a permanent value, allowing transactions to be signed offline and held indefinitely. Between the 23rd and 30th of March, the attackers leveraged their trusted status to induce Security Council members to pre-sign what appeared to be routine administrative transactions. But these transactions actually contained hidden authorizations that would transfer complete administrative control of the protocol to the attackers the moment they were broadcast. And the final piece of this puzzle fell into place on the 27th of March, when Drift inadvertently removed the administrative Timelock during a routine Security Council migration. This bureaucratic absurdity effectively removed the very last safety barrier, meaning there would be absolutely no delay between a signed transaction being broadcast and its immediate execution. Now, the operational staging for the actual theft began with a seemingly insignificant withdrawal of 10 ETH from the Tornado Cash mixer to fund the attack infrastructure. On the 12th of March, at precisely 9:30 a.m. Pyongyang local time, the attackers deployed a fabricated asset called the Carbon Vote token and minted roughly 750 million units. They seeded a liquidity pool on the Radium decentralized exchange with a mere $500 and used automated wash trading to artificially inflate the token's price to exactly $1. Then, at 11:06 a.m. on the 1st of April, the attackers finally broadcast the pre-signed durable nonce transactions and instantly hijacked the protocol's administrative powers. They used these newly acquired administrative keys to list their worthless Carbon Vote token as valid collateral within the protocol's risk engine. Now, because the Oracle system read the artificially inflated price as legitimate market data, the protocol's internal accounting suddenly believed the attackers possessed $750 million in pristine collateral. The attackers then immediately disabled the protocol's withdrawal limits and circuit breakers, proceeding to drain the real assets across a sequence of rapid transactions. Within approximately 12 minutes, they extracted $155 million in Jupiter liquidity provider tokens, alongside massive quantities of native Sol and wrapped Bitcoin. These assets were systematically drained from nearly 20 different pools, including their highly lucrative super staking vaults. The stolen assets were then instantly swapped into stablecoins through decentralized exchange aggregators and aggressively bridged over to the Ethereum network using Circle's cross-chain transfer protocol. This 6-hour bridging process prompted severe public criticism from blockchain investigators, who pointed out that the stablecoin issuer completely missed a crucial window to freeze the illicit transfers. And once the funds arrived on the Ethereum network, they were systematically converted into roughly 129,000 ETH and dispersed across thousands of automated wallets. Blockchain forensics firm Elliptic later confirmed that a massive 38,800 ETH tranche had already accumulated on-chain following established laundering patterns. Drift Protocol later sent an on-chain message stating they were ready to speak, but security experts have universally assessed the probability of fund recovery as effectively zero. Multiple independent security firms have attributed this devastating operation with medium to high confidence to a North Korean state-affiliated group known as UNC 4736. This is the exact same intelligence unit responsible for the $50 million Radiant Capital hack in October 2024, using an identical operational playbook. But the drift exploit represents a massive escalation in both scale and sophistication, proving that these state-sponsored entities are rapidly refining their ability to extract generational wealth from the crypto ecosystem. We're no longer dealing with isolated groups of opportunistic hackers searching for accidental errors in open-source smart contracts. Instead, DeFi now faces a highly coordinated, well-funded, parallel financial architecture designed specifically to fund the military ambitions of a sanctioned nation-state. The reality is that traditional smart contract audits are completely useless when the attackers bypass the code entirely by exploiting human collaboration. In the aftermath of this disaster, security experts have unified around a single, terrifying conclusion regarding the future of decentralized infrastructure. The attack surface has officially shifted away from on-chain code and moved entirely towards off-chain humans. Every single multi-sig signer, every development device, and every trusted partnership is now a potential infiltration point for a state-level intelligence operation. By operating a governance multisig without an administrative time lock, the protocol guaranteed that their human operators possess the unilateral power to destroy the system at machine speed. Now, on one hand, the DeFi ecosystem has made incredible strides in securing its underlying codebase against traditional cryptographic vulnerabilities. But on the other hand, this catastrophic event proves that reliance on human trust remains the ultimate structural flaw in any protocol's defense. DeFi, it seems, is only as secure as the people that build it. But well, what do you think? Do you reckon that decentralized protocols will eventually implement mandatory time locks to prevent these administrative takeovers? Or is the human element always going to remain the crypto industry's most vulnerable attack vector? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you want to understand how institutional custodians are centralizing the supply of Bitcoin, then consider checking out our video on that exact topic right over here. Okay, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. This is Guy, signing off.